All right, what's going on, Philadelphia Eagles fan? It's your boy Philly Day One, and I'm here to talk about Jeremiah Trotter. Not a lot of news has been going on about Jeremiah Trotter, but I got reason to believe he could be competing for a starting spot. And come come training camp, the high Campbell probably won't be there, and the chemistry is going to be built with Jeremiah Trotter in mind. So if Jahai Campbell don't come in and be seamlessly balling, he could lose out on his job. Big Fangio don't play no favorites. He just want a really good defense. So we'll talk about that. We also want to get into some pass punt returners slash kick returners. And two of the guys in which I got are Pro Bowlers for special teams, kick returning, punt returning. And we're gonna run some plays and we're gonna talk about these dudes, what made them pretty special as players, and who would we prefer? Who was the number one? Because I don't got them in a certain order. You know what I'm saying? I just got three guys. Last AJ Brown, and I know y'all tired of hearing this, but I wasn't gonna say nothing about it because we all tired of hearing this. He finally moved on, and we just gonna let stuff go. But AJ Brown wrote down as he was leaving the facility to be the best player to ever be suited up as a Philadelphia Eagle. And I was gonna let bro live. I got a lot of love for AJ Brown, but I got two receivers. Me and Shannon Sharp got two receivers that's clearly better than me that played in Midnight Green. And I'm gonna share them with you on this video right here. So into it. Yeah, I done fell so many times, but I got back up. I've been drugged through the mud, like it ain't been enough. I'm still going, 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 still going. And I done felt so much pain that I wanna give up, but I just can't stop now, cause I've been through too much. I'm still going, 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 still going. Like I said, Jeremiah Trotter made the very first pick of Jalen Hurts' offseason. And it was in OTAs, voluntary minicamp. He made the very first pick. And I don't think they said it was a pick six, but I just feel like with the chemistry he's building with this current defense, he'll be more suited to play the role that Jahai Campbell's supposed to be playing. Jahai Campbell is a great athlete. I'm not taking nothing away from this. He's faster than Jeremiah Trotter Jr. He's longer than Jeremiah Trotter Jr. He might cover better than Jeremiah Trotter Jr. But Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is just performing better. Now, I think what will kind of give him the edge, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., in my opinion, what will give him the edge when we see him tackle. If he is a sure tackler, I don't mean hit stick, boom stick, none of that. He's just got to be able to see the play, which he normally does. He sees the play, but he don't make the tackle. If he makes those tackles, this job could be his. Jahai Campbell's a first round pick, but if he slipped, they're putting in Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Big Fangio don't play no seconds. He don't play no favorites. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. can most definitely get this spot, and it'll all be to him just outworking Jahai Campbell, kind of like what Nakobe Dean did coming back after Jahai Campbell was the first round pick. So he will be playing the Nakobe Dean role. All right. Let's get into let's get into our returners. These are the guys I got. I got Brian Westbrook, I got Darren Sproles, and I got Deshaun Jackson. I'm gonna go with Brian Westbrook first. Brian Westbrook started his career as a returner. He wasn't a running back. He was there with Deuce Staley, and And, he started as a returner. He was a really good returner. What you can say about his returning time is maybe he was just ahead of his time because Brian Westbrook was faster, stronger, quicker, with him being as big as he was, than everybody else. Everybody trying to tackle him, he was faster, stronger, quicker, and it correlated with him as a returner. Now, when he became a running back, his best attributes, all those things, his best attributes was him setting up blocks. But him as a returner I think he was pretty elite as a returner. Now we move on to Darren Sproles, who actually had a Pro Bowl nod for being a returner. Darren Sproles could take any punt return to the house, to the point to where people started putting him on a hit list, and guys would just, knock him out the game. But he played way bigger than his size. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't knocking him out, then he'll probably take a return. He'll probably take a kick return or a punt return to the house. So Darren Sproles is clearly up there with me when it comes to returning specialist for the Philadelphia Eagles. Then you have Deshaun Jackson, D-Jack, the Ferrari. Deshaun Jackson was speed. That's it. A lot of people, and I think a lot of kids nowadays, they feel like the cheetah or Jamar Chase. Some of the speedsters of now are fast. No, Deshaun Jackson was fast. Like he jogged the length of the football field. I think I remember the guy who used to play tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles, something King. He said Deshaun told him that he never ran full speed because it wasn't enough field for him to stop. That's how fast Deshaun Jackson was. It was all fast. That's the only thing he had with kick return and punting is he was just fast. And that was enough to get him a Pro Bowl nod. And even when he was getting wide receiver Pro Bowl nods, he would still go and return a couple back because he could do it. He was just fast enough to do it. And out of these three, I would probably pick Deshaun Jackson. I would probably pick Deshaun Jackson because his speed was just such an X factor to him. Like people wouldn't kick him the ball; they didn't want the ball nowhere near him when he was back there at punt returning. Dude, Tom Coughlin lost his whole job off of somebody kicking the ball to him. So that just tells you how fast this man was. Since we on Deshaun Jackson,
A.J. Brown went to pick up his things at the Eagle facility. He signed a picture of him in the building with the message, "The best to ever play here, always open." A.J., bro, I think you're phenomenal. You're not the best receiver to play there. You ain't seeing T.O. ever. T.O. is one of the three best receivers to ever play in the NFL. T.O. was a different animal.
Listen, A.J. Brown is good. At one point, when the conversation of the best receivers in the NFL came up, no, A.J. Brown was top 5. And I love the fact that he still has this confidence to even say what he said. And he's supposed to believe that. He's supposed to believe he's the best that's played there. Now, when we talk about facts and some of the players that's played before him that's been there, obviously T.O. reigns supreme in that area. Deshaun Jackson, one of the best.
One of the 2 or 3 greatest deep threat receivers to ever play. You can look at Bullet Bob Hayes, you look at Randy Moss. Yeah. There haven't been 5 better receivers at the deep ball better than D-Jack. I think the thing is that people allowed some of T.O.'s antics on the sideline and that stuff. They allowed that to overshadow. I don't think people realize just how good T.O. was.
Shannon Sharp, I guess heard about A.J. Brown going to go pick up his things, and then he signed the best player to ever play here. And it's a mutual thing right there. Like I don't think he's the best wide receiver we've ever had. We had T.O. We had Deshaun Jackson. And Deshaun Jackson, I feel like is better than him. And the main reason is the speed. Deshaun Jackson was probably 190 pounds. At his biggest, was probably 190 pounds in the NFL. But you know what made him really, really great at receiver? Stat blow your mind off. 26 60-yard touchdowns. You know who behind him? Who's second in 60-yard touchdowns? Jerry Rice, the man who holds all the stats on all receivers, the highest stats on all receivers except this one that Deshaun Jackson has. 60 yards. He got 3 more 60-yard touchdowns than Jerry Rice, the great Jerry Rice. Deshaun Jackson, he did the most with what he was able to come in. I mean, that unbreakable speed, that's a lot to come in the league with. Speed kills in the league. But Deshaun Jackson, look, he had a game against the Cowgirls in which he had 210 yards off 4 receptions. 210 yards off 4 receptions. Deshaun Jackson was an absolute monster. And you put a guy over the top of him, and if you can, you'll put a dude in the middle of him and a dude under him. And he'll probably run past all y'all. Let's go on to Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens was the man who did everything. Now, the offside on Terrell Owens is he dropped balls. Now, he didn't drop a lot of balls, but he dropped enough balls throughout his careers. But I'm going to give y'all a stat line on Terrell Owens. In 219 games, Terrell Owens had 153 touchdowns. 153 touchdowns in 219 games. We're going to go back to Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice had 197 touchdowns. But he played in 303 games. That might be 50 touchdowns. That means he would have to, in 50 more games, he would have to get 50 more touchdowns to surpass Jerry Rice. And he could have done that in his stint, in his time. If the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cowgirls didn't freeze him out. When I mean freeze him out, they didn't throw the ball to him a lot in his last years with those teams. He didn't get the ball thrown to him a lot. Mainly kind of like how they did Dez Bryant in Dallas. And I don't know if we ever did anybody like that until Terrell Owens. His antics, like Shannon Sharp would say, his antics kind of took away for how great he was as a receiver. And I just don't think A.J. Brown is nowhere near closer to these dudes. Nowhere near closer. Y'all let me know if I'm missing somebody. Let me know if I'm missing somebody. But right now, I got Deshaun Jackson and Terrell Owens is much better than A.J. Brown. Much better. With the short time that Terrell Owens was with us and the time that Deshaun Jackson should have been with us had we not hired a specific coach. I will not say his name ever again. But that's it. That's a talk for another time. So that's all I got, man. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn those post notifications on, and